Hey guys, today is going to be another pajama day, and the reason why is because I'm doing freezer meals and I do not want to have, I just want to be comfortable. There we go, comfortable. This is the thing, these are the things I did not do last night or yesterday. Dishes, I mean over here is fine. I did not do that. I did not put away those. I did not do that. After we went to the grocery store and came back home, we decided to go ahead and take Christmas down. You see the tree's gone. This tree over here is gone. But then Noah rearranged the living room some. Put the recliner over here and the sofa over there in a position that it's never been. And put that little other thing over there because I didn't like it in front of that. So he rearranged all of that, and I did help take Christmas down, but I didn't help do that part other than throw pillows on there and fold blanket. So I didn't feel like doing anything else after that. So I was like, that stuff's fine, it's non-perishable, I'm not worried about it, the stuff in the sink is fine, I'll do it in the morning. So that's what's happening. That, and I'm doing laundry, and I'm doing the freezer meals. I'm going to start with the chicken bacon ranch and the garlic bread today, and I'm most likely going to go ahead and do the bagels too. After I do those things, I'll be pooped and I won't want to do nothing else. But I'll fix supper of some sort. I don't know what we're having. We're supposed to have burgers, but we might go ahead and have the manwich we didn't have last night, because last night we just did a fend for yourself. Actually, it was really leftovers. Noah ate the rest of the chicken bacon ranch that we had left over, and Jeff ate stew that we had left over. So, cleaning all that stuff out. But, yeah, it's freezer meal day, and I'm going to do the chicken bacon ranch because I want that chicken out of the refrigerator quickest. It's just how I am. I don't like leaving poultry in the refrigerator, even though the best by date is further on. So, that's what you'll be seeing today is freezer cooking. But I'm going to go get this stuff done off camera, and I'll be back. Okay, so we have decided with the chicken bacon ranch, I'm going to go ahead and do the whole entire thing in casserole form so that Jeff doesn't have to worry about the noodles or anything like that. Now, Jeff could cook this whole entire meal without me doing any of this. He can cook anything and everything that I can, and like there's no reason he couldn't, but to make it easier on him because he's still going to be working, that's why we're doing this. If we don't use these freezer meals, that's fine, they'll be there for later. So the plan is to go ahead and make it casserole form, that way anybody, you know, Noah could do it or Jeff, either one. I don't know if I could because I don't know how much it's going to weigh, but there's a possibility that even I could do it once I get a little bit better. Not the first week or so, but you know, later on. Like maybe week 3 or 4. I don't know. Anyhow, I don't know all of the restrictions I'm going to have. So, because we are still trying to use up some of our overstock, some of our preps, I'm going to be using elbow noodles because I have a lot of those. And that's what I'm going to be using today for this. And that way it'll make it easier. What am I saying? I don't know. We've been just using up a lot of our preps and a lot of our overstock of our freezer items, meat and stuff that we already had. We've been doing that quite a bit. The only meats we've really been buying recently is something we want to have like for special occasion, or chicken or ground beef, because that's what we have the least of now. So that's why you see me, that's why you saw me buy the chicken. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get 4 of these chicken breasts out, and I'm going to do a shortcut way this time. I'm not going to do it on the stovetop. I'm going to do it in the oven. So I have my oven preheating as well as the water on the stovetop for the noodles. So I'm going to take 4 of these chicken breasts out, and I'm just going to cut them up. Now, I'm not going to sit here. I'm going to cut them up with you guys, but I'm just going to let you listen to some music because this is a lot of cutting. But I'm going to get all this extra fat and stuff off, which there's nothing wrong with that. You could eat that. There's no big deal about eating it. But we just take some of it off just because it's just better, I guess, for you, maybe. This is going to be a small piece, but we don't care. But all I'm going to do is cut it up into chunks like I did the other night whenever I made this the other way. I'm going to cut it up and I'm just going to put it onto this pan. And the finished result of all of it will be about the same as what it would be. It will be the same as what it normally is. So I'm going to go ahead and get this chopped up and let y'all listen to some music while I'm going through all of this, just so y'all see the process, and it speeds it up a little bit on the video so it doesn't take as long.
Hold on, baby, I don't dance, but how I love to be around you. I'm not scared to take a chance. Yeah, I'm so happy that I found you. And you know that I'm yours, alright. You can tell by the look in my eyes. Don't wanna play it cool, I give it straight from the heart. Oh, how I love to be around you. We got something better than the others. We can fly higher than an eagle. Take me somewhere we can be together. Oh, how I love to be around you. Oh, how I love to be around you. You can show me how to move, 'cause I don't wanna be sitting alone. I don't care what road you choose. Don't wanna go back to who I was before. And I know that you might know right. I can tell by the look in your eyes. Don't wanna play it cool, I give it straight from the heart. Oh, how I love to be around you. We got something better than the others. We can fly higher than an eagle. Take me somewhere we can be together. Oh, how I love to be around you. Oh, how I love to be around you. Oh, how I love to be around you. Oh, we got something better than the others. We can fly higher than an eagle. Take me somewhere we can be together. Oh, how I love to be around you.
Okay, so I put 4 on here and a little bit of the others. Y'all, Jeff is a billion times better at filleting the chicken than I am, but he's not here, and that's okay. So please don't judge the mess that I made. It's okay. We can use this for like grilled chicken or something, and it'll be fine. It doesn't matter if it's not perfect. I was trying to get it to look like that one, but it didn't work out. But we can use that for some other meal. And so I'm just going to stick this in the freezer. This one got super thin, but part of it is super big, so I don't know. But what I'm trying to do here, oh, I should have opened this before I got started. Let me get it open. I don't want to touch it. I'll touch it with my... I don't want to touch the outside with chicken hands. So I touched it with my knuckle that's not got anything on it. Alright, so I'm going to take this and just stick it in the freezer. And like I said, we can use it for like some other kind of meal. And this part right here, I'm going to move out of the way because I don't need it anymore. And I'm going to move this. Okay, so this chicken, I'm not doing anything with it except spreading it out on this parchment paper, and I'm going to stick it in the oven. And I'm going to try to get it as, you know, as separated as I can. And it doesn't matter if it overlaps. Y'all know it overlaps in the skillet too. But I am going to try to spread it out as much as possible. And I'm just going to let this cook. I'm not going to season it because I don't normally season it whenever I'm cooking it. I mean, except the bacon gets on it. But that'll be alright too that I don't have that this time. It'll taste good, I promise. I've done this before. It's faster this way. It's a quicker way to do it if you're doing a bunch. Now, if you're not doing a lot, it's really not quicker. But if you're doing a lot, instead of having to do multiple batches, this is a lot faster. Alright, I'm going to wash my hands, put this in the oven, and then I'm going to clean the mess up, put these two things in the freezer, and I'm going to show you what I'm doing next. Okay, so I've got me another one of my big sheet pans, and I'm going to put bacon on it and let that cook at the same time that the chicken is cooking. So, I'm going to just lay out, I don't know if I'm going to get 3 meals out of this, because the pans are like those you get from Sam's. I'll show them to you in a few minutes. They're the pretty, well, maybe if I put this way it'd be more on there. I don't know if it will or not. But anyway, I don't know if I'm going to get 3 meals out of this. But normally I put like 4 pieces of bacon into each meal. So I'm going to do 12. What am I saying? 12 pieces of bacon either way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I was counting 8 there. Oh, no way, no way. Not throwing that away. That's some deliciousness hiding in there. I can't get rid of that one. Alright, so I'm probably going to need a knife. Wash my hands. Alright, so I'm going to get this bacon opened up and get 3 more pieces of bacon on there. So, as I was saying, I may not get 3 pans. I'm thinking about 4 pieces of bacon. This is how my brain works. But that's okay because these are bigger pans, and what we'll do is, wow, that's wider. It's the same brand of bacon too. We'll just have bigger pans, and then we'll just have leftovers more than what we would have, and it'll be fine. It's not a big deal. Alright, so I'm just going to stick this in the oven with the chicken and let this cook up too. And then, I normally would cut this up and then fry it and then do the chicken. Y'all know that if you saw my other videos where I make chicken bacon ranch. But this time, I'm just going to either cut it up or just crinkle it up and break it up as I go. But, I'm going to wash my hands, stick this in the oven, get this bacon put away, get some noodles in this boiling water because it just started boiling, and then we'll go on to the next thing. Okay, so you cannot have chicken bacon ranch without ranch, right? Well, y'all saw that I used the last of my ranch the last time I made this the other day, last week. So, I need to make some. So, I have this recipe. This is from 2017 when I printed it. I think I actually started using it before then. But I have printed it several times because I lost it one time in 2020. I like to have it to where you can see when you printed it, because then I know how long I've been using that recipe. But I've been using this forever, and it is our favorite. I can't say that I never buy the other anymore, but I might buy it once every couple of years. Oh boy, can you focus please? Love me, camera. Hello, thank you. I don't buy it very often at all, where I used to buy it every couple of months. So let's get started. I probably need to have, oh, do I not have one already opened? Let me check. I do. I thought I did. What's really crazy is I bought both of these from Sam's. I guess I got McCormick one time and Members Mark the next. I don't know. Sometimes the Sam's stuff is a brand name too. It's like got Tony's or whatever on it. Anyway, let's keep going. So I'm going to double this recipe. I will link this recipe down below. I need to stir these noodles. I probably have too many in the pot. I've got one on the stovetop, but I'm not touching it right now because stovetop's hot, which I probably need to get it off. But yeah, I probably have too many noodles in here. I probably overdid it. That's okay though. It'll work out. I'm not going to cook them all the way through anyway. I have to get the noodle off. It's driving me batty. I'll put it right there with my garbage. Let's get to going with this stuff. This video is going to be 14 years long. So, I'm going to give you the actual measurement, but remember I'm doubling it because double is what fits in here, and we use a lot of it, so we need to have it a lot. Alright, this right here is buttermilk powder. I get it from Amazon. If you would like a link to it, I will link it. It may already be in my Amazon storefront, which is not my store actually. It's just where I put things that I enjoy. My Sam's thing is in my on my link tree too, but all that's in my link tree. But here we go. Buttermilk powder. This is one of my favorites because you can buy it in a big bag. Alright, so to make this, shh, calm down. I need to calm down. 1/3 cup of buttermilk powder. Now, if you do not want the buttermilk powder, if you just want the seasoning without the creamy part of it, you don't have to put this. I don't understand why you wouldn't, but that's what it says on the recipe. Okay, close this up so I don't accidentally knock it off and cry. Don't ask me how I know about things like that. I've knocked things off before. Wow, that is bubbling like crazy mad now. These noodles are getting to my brain. They are going to overflow. They're going to be a volcano. I have put too many in my pot. I don't have a big pot. I need to get a bigger pot. If I'm doing freezer cooking, I need to have a bigger pot. Something else I thought about, I may not be able to do the garlic bread today because I've got 2 of my big pans going and I need those. Alright, let's keep going with this part. 1/3 cup of dry buttermilk powder. You can also get the little bitty things of buttermilk powder in the baking section at Walmart near your dry milk in that area. It's just hard to find. So 2 tablespoons of dried parsley. Also, these are really cool. They are, you know what? They're made so you can get in these things better, but I still can't do it. Not when it's way down. Alright, so that's 1 batch, 2 batches. Alright, and I always move stuff out of my way once I've already got it done because that way I don't accidentally grab it again. Okay, 1½ teaspoons of dill weed. Whenever I first found out it had dill weed in it, I was like, what? What is that? I didn't know. I knew it had something to do with dill pickles though, or dill pickles had something to do with it. 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. I had that open, but I'm not, well, I could use it. Let's just keep going. Let's keep rolling. Okay, 2 teaspoons. Two teaspoons of onion powder. I just thought about it. I might be jingling y'all around over there by putting that stuff on that. Okay. 2 teaspoons of dried onion flakes. They're hiding over here. Okay. Let's see, what's next? 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Now, here's the situation with the black pepper. I don't put as much as it calls for. I know, it's shocking for me to not put as much. I cut it down to about 3/4 of a teaspoon. Because too much black pepper is just too much black pepper. And it's not always too much, but it is with this. Alright, now I need 1 teaspoon of dried chives. And I always put a little extra of this because it's just yummy. I mean, onion flavor. Why not? And then a teaspoon of salt. And I do the same thing as I do with the pepper. I do down to about 3/4 of a teaspoon. Alright, so now I just mix this up and then I put it in my jar and then it's ready for me whenever I want it. I store this in the refrigerator. I store this in the freezer. But I store this in the refrigerator because it has that onion powder, not onion powder, I'm smelling the onion, the buttermilk powder in it. And it's best to store that in the refrigerator. So, I think you can actually store this before you open it on your shelf. But I don't. I just stick it in the freezer. Just because. But I just mix it all together. And I've got it. It's there. And 3 tablespoons of this equals 1 packet. So I'm going to put it in my jar. That's all nice and clean. Put it in my jar and I'm going to go on about my business. That had hooked around. So I'll be back. I got to check these crazy noodles. Alright, there it is in the jar. And every once in a while, well, no, not every once in a while. Every time I use it, I shake it up. I don't know why. I don't know if it makes a difference, but I do. I shake it up before I use it just to make sure. But there it is. Onion, ranch powder that you can use for dressing, dips, throw it in everything. It's delicious. Okay, I've checked the chicken and bacon and I've swapped the racks. The chicken's close to being done, so I'm probably going to be taking it out very soon after, well, I'm going to cook it through. Always cook poultry through. Anyway, I'm going to probably take it out, let it start cooling a little bit while the bacon finishes. But before I get done, before I can do that, because I can't do it until it's done, right? I'm going to go ahead and take this honey baked ham and separate it into meals or like sandwich portions or something, and I'm going to freeze it. So I'm going to go ahead and write on here honey baked ham so we know where it came from. It's not one that I cooked. It's better. I'm terrible. I have been trying to replicate this ham. I don't know what kind of magic they use, but it's delicious. It's actually the only one that Noah really likes. He doesn't really like ham that much. He doesn't really like pork that much. That's one reason we don't eat a lot of pork. Now, he does like the bacon in the chicken bacon ranch, but he doesn't really like bacon by itself. He likes sausage, though. And he would rather have turkey than ham, like a ham sandwich or turkey sandwich. He would pick turkey over ham any day, which is fine. I don't have a problem with this. Also, this marker is my kitchen marker. I have 2 of them for my kitchen. They are only used in the kitchen. You better not ever use it anywhere else, because if you do not bring it back to my kitchen. That's just the way it works. I sanitize it. I make sure it's just like a dish, as close as I can. I clean it and everything. So, and it has a special spot in my kitchen. So, Jeff has started to grab it before. I'm like, what are you doing? That better be for the kitchen. I'm terrible. I just don't want to, you know, bring stuff in here that shouldn't be. So, I don't really know how much that I'm going to put in each bag. I guess I'm just going to kind of fill up the bag. I probably, look at that. I should probably get a knife. Yes. Absolutely get a knife, and I'm going to cut it like this. I don't remember if there's a bone in it or not. There probably is. I probably should get a cutting board. I've got it still in my bag. This is probably too much for one meal. I don't know, for all three of us to have sandwiches, it's probably too much, but we're going to see. I'm going to put some of this in here. And this is probably what we're going to have for dinner tonight, too, just because I'm doing all this other stuff, and it will make life easier to just have this. Yep, there's a bone or something right there. Normally, Jeff does this, so he is the pro. He usually cuts up, like the butchering aspect of any meat, he does it. Normally I can, but I'm nowhere near as good as him. But as I said, his sister has a deer processing place, and he used to help a lot there. Used to. He hasn't in years because we live so far away from there, and it would be like by the time he got down there, it might be difficult. I don't know. Anyway, we're soon going to be living like next door almost, so it'll be fine. But then they're not going to do it anymore after this year. This is their last year. They're quitting after 20-something years of doing it. They've decided that they don't want to do it anymore. They're giving it up. They don't want to do it. They have so many different things that they do. Like my sister-in-law is a lunch lady at the school. So she does that. Plus she is a wife and mom. So she got that part. And y'all don't worry, this ham bone will not be thrown away at all. Actually, I'm going to have to change my battery real quick. But this is what's going on here. I may have to get another bag. But this is going to be delicious later. Alright, let me wash my hands, change my battery out, and I'll show you the end of it. But you see what I'm doing. Okay, I was telling y'all about my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law. So I decided I'd come back faster. So anyway, she is a lunch lady, a wife, a mother. They own a farm. It's a small farm, but it doesn't matter. They have a farm. And then my brother-in-law, oh, that's for the bone. Okay. My brother-in-law works for the city, and they have the farm, and he's the fire chief for the volunteer fire department, and she does all kind of stuff for the volunteer fire department. Like, she's pretty much the secretary. I really don't know if that's her title or not, but she does a lot of stuff. So they have a lot going on, plus their deer processing. So it's a lot, and they've decided to, that's a bone, they've decided to give it up after this year because they want to focus more on their farm. So that's what they're doing. Those cows that I've shown y'all, that's their cows. Get this big chunk off. Use that for like some beans or something. And I will leave some on this bone for beans. This is some of the best ham you can get, though. It is so good. And yeah, we're going to do this for supper. I know we were supposed to have hamburgers one night and the, what do you call it? Sloppy Joes another night. But those things, we don't have to have them right now. That's easy to change up. Alright, that's just going to go in the bag. So, let me get the bag. So we have 5 meals out of this. No. Well, with the ham bone, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 meals out of this. And I know that I showed y'all the price of this, but $87, I mean, it's a good ham, but it ain't $87 ham. Sorry, it's just not. That's my opinion, though. I made a mess of this bag, but that's alright. I'll wipe it off before I put it in the freezer. But y'all, I feel like I'm getting a pretty good bit accomplished today, and I'm not going to beat myself up about not doing the bread. Did I finish telling you why I'm not doing the bread? I'm not doing the bread because I'm using my pans and I need them. Alright, so one of these I'm going to stick back in the refrigerator for tonight. I'll just stick this one in there. Or maybe, so Jeff can have some for work too. Maybe I'll stick, well, they're about the same. It's fine. I'll stick this one in there. Alright. And that, like I said, that's the ham that Noah will eat. Other ham, he will not. I mean, he will, but he prefers not to. So usually if we have pork, we'll fix him chicken. So, I'll be back. Okay, so I'm about to get this ready to go. I've got some water here to wash out my little jars. I've got all my jars popped, the tops popped. I've got my Parmesan cheese. I've got the chicken. I've got the noodles. And I've got the bacon. All ready to go. The only thing I don't have ready to go is my pans. So I have 2 pans here. I'm going to start with 2. It's this size. Let me tell you what size they are. They're 12.5 by 10.375, the half sheet pan or something like that. I know they're deeper than my, oh goodness, this is olive oil. I'm going wild with it, I guess, because it's spraying everywhere. This is a new one and I'm not used to it, but I do like the way it sprays compared to that last one I had. It's California Olive Ranch olive oil. It's the kind without the propellant, so it's supposed to be better. It's just olive oil, nothing else. Let's not talk about the olive oil. Okay, so I'm going to put my chicken in here. Let me move the pans first. I just wanted to spray those and get them ready. I'm going to, whoa, I sprayed the whole entire, whatever. I'm a mess. Let me grab something to sit this pan on over here because it's still warm. I don't want to put hot things in the freezer, so I'm kind of letting things cool off, but you know, you got to be careful with chicken because you don't want it to harm anybody. And these are still in pretty big pieces, but I'm going to put my chicken in here and then I'll move this pan out of the way. Most likely today this is all I'm going to do because I've done the ham, I've done this, I've shown y'all the ranch. And then tomorrow I'll do the bread and the bagels. And then the next day I'll probably do the lazy lasagnas. Most likely. Also, Jeff cleared me out the whole top, which was amazing to me that we actually have that much space in our freezer. We have a lot of space in our freezer, but he cleaned out the whole top of my upright freezer. So I have plenty of space for these things. It's going to be a freezer meal area for right now. Alright. I hear a puppy whining, so they might be fixing to come out. Noah must be fixing to bring them out or something, or maybe, oh no, somebody wanted a snack. Yep, here they come. I'll be right back. Okay, so I got the chicken in there, and Noah has the puppers out. So, at least I think so. I think one of them stayed behind. I don't know. I think it's Maggie. No? I don't know. Alright. This is cold, but not quite cool enough to handle yet. So, I'm going to just kind of stack it on top of each other and try to cut it up that way. Yeah, I'll get a knife or something. Alright, let me see if I can, maybe I'll just get a cutting board. That'd be the safest way to do it. I didn't want to, because I was trying to not get more. Oop, that's too warm. That's too warm. Don't touch it. I didn't want to mess up another dish. this on here so it won't slide. Because I can always wash that pot holder. That's not a big deal. Alright. Come here, yumminess. Oh dear. It's going to drip a lot. Be fast. Oh look, I did it. Alright, I'm going to chop this up real quick. I picked the wrong knife. This is not a good knife. It'll work. It'll be fine. Oh, I did clean the counter multiple times today. That's one thing about doing freezer meals. You mess up a lot of cleaning cloths, or you use a lot of paper towels, and you mess up like a lot of dishes, and you want your kitchen to be as clean as possible before you start, because you're going to have a lot of extra dishes. But on those days, whenever you eat those freezer meals, you don't have hardly any cleanup, you don't have hardly any dishes to worry about. And in fact, because we're doing it this way with these throwaway pans, we're going to have even less to worry about. So it's going to be fine. Alright, that's good enough. And I didn't even get anything on this, so I'm going to put the noodles on there, because they're still a little bit warm. Told y'all I had a lot of noodles. I mean, look at that. Do you see that pot? Ooh, child. Too much. Okay. And I know this might be weird to some people, but we want all the bacon yummy. And I usually have the bacon grease in there, so I'm going to put a little bit in there. Not all of it. Some of it is going to go into my bacon grease thing over here. And I want to go ahead and do it while it's hot, because if I don't, then it'll just like harden up and I won't be able to use it. Save the bacon grease. Now, I haven't used this bacon grease thing yet, so it's not in the refrigerator, but I normally store it in the refrigerator because I just do. That's the way everybody I know does it. I do have some bacon grease in the refrigerator, but my container is full. But I got this for Christmas, and it's actually for bacon grease. But I'm going to put it in the refrigerator where it needs to live from now on. Alright, so that's in there. That's the bacon and the chicken in there. And I'm going to put some noodles. I don't know how many noodles I'm going to need, so I'm just going to put some in there and we're going to go from there. Now, any of these noodles that I have that are too many, these are way hot. I'm going to just take those and freeze them in quart-size bags, and that'll be for whenever we have chili, so that the boys can have chili mac, or yeah, because they put cheese in their chili and they like noodles in their chili, so why not? It's I thought I was going to be doing a good thing. I don't know anymore. This is becoming a bit of a crazyville, all these noodles, but it'll be fine. I know I need a lot of noodles for this though, so I'm going to put them in there. I cooked 3 pounds, which I know is too much. Alright, let's get some sauce in there and get it stirred around. I know that's probably not enough noodles, but that's going to be what I'm going to do for now. So let's pour some sauce in. This is the roasted garlic. I think it says roasted garlic. Yes. And in each of these, I'm going to put some water and shake them and all that stuff. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I've emptied all these. Ooh, I need to close it. And put the water in. I put about 1/4 cup in each one, maybe. You do need your things that you put in the freezer to be a little bit soupier, I guess, than what they would be normally, because the freezer dries things out. Dishwasher's making noises again. I thought it was done. Oh, it is now. I made a mess with this jar. Ooh, goodness, I made a mess twice with this jar. All over the jar and all over me. I need to be more careful, don't I? you want to grab these jars and get rid of them. That one, all of these.
That's not Alfredo.
Well, it's going to be a bunch of meals. You'll love it. It's chicken bacon ranch.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one did you?
Both of those are gone. Alright, so I'm going to mix this up and see how much more noodles I need. I know I'm going to need more noodles, but I didn't want to add too many because my bowl is big, but I don't know how big it's going to be. Okay, so I got my noodles in there, and Noah's making some tea, so y'all might hear some noise. But now I got to put the... I can't open it. My thumb is not working. Okay. The thing that makes it ranch. The stuff we made a little while ago. And remember, 3 tablespoons equals 1 packet. So I'm going to put about 3 packets worth in here because I used 2 jars of the sauce. So that's 1 packet. 2 packets. Did I already put? Okay, there's 3. See? And that right there is about 6 packets in this. See how much this uses? That's why I made double. Excusez-moi. Put that back in the refrigerator. And now I'm going to go ahead and mix this together as well as I can. I don't know how many more noodles I might need. I maybe should have got my even bigger bowl. And yes, I do have a bigger bowl than this one. It's hard to believe, but I do. It's ginormous. Some of you have seen it before whenever I was making bread and stuff. Haven't been able to make bread in a long time because it's my back and you have to knead it and stuff, and it's just difficult. Alright. I think I'm going to put a few more noodles in here. Then we're going to call it done. Because, like I said, it does get dried out in the freezer. Well, I'm going to call it done with the noodles. I'm still going to put the cheese in it. But what I might do, instead of putting the cheese in it this time, is just sprinkle the cheese over the top. Just to make it a little bit easier. Put a few more noodles. And the rest of these noodles, like I said, I'm going to put them into quart-size bags, so I'll probably have 2 or 3 quart-size bags there, and freeze those for whenever we have chili, because Jeff and Noah like to have chili mac. They like to have macaroni in their chili, and there's nothing wrong with that. And it'll be something that we're going to be having. I'm going to make a freezer meals of chili too. So there, that's good. Alright, I'm going to move this out of the way. And I'm going to grab my pans. I'm going to put them so y'all can see them better than you can this bowl. And I'm going to fill them up. I'm going to just do one, show you how much I put in. And then I'll just do the other one off camera most likely. But I don't know if I'm going to get 2 or 3 out of this. Because these pans, I think they're, well, they're about the same size as a 9 by 13. They're just different, like they're 10 by 12 something. So they should be about the same. That's a huge piece of chicken. Oh well, somebody's just gonna get a huge piece of chicken because I can't cut it with this silicone spoon. Alright, I think I will get 3 out of this, looking at it. That'll be good. What you think, Noah? He likes this. This is one of his favorites. Alright, yeah, I'm going to get 3. So, I'll come back whenever I start putting the cheese on all of them. Okay, so yes, I got 3. I don't know what in the world I was thinking I could only get 2 from that. I don't know. But, anyway, now I'm going to just put the Parmesan on top. You could put mozzarella on it too. That's up to you. We may do it like whenever it's time. We have put mozzarella in it, but You don't have to. We could have just put it in the inside, but this will work. So I'm just going to put a little bit on each one, and then I'm going to wrap them. But I'm going to wrap these different than what I would the glass pans, and the reason why is because that the cling film, the saran wrap, plastic wrap, whatever you want to call it, it does not stick to this as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap heavy duty aluminum foil over each pan, and then I'm going to wrap it with a little bit more foil, and then I'm going to put the saran wrap over it. See why I bought this big thing? I'm putting the rest of that in a little thing, a little bag. There is no point in having that big thing in a refrigerator, and that's one reason why that I bought this big thing. One, it's cheaper. Two, I knew I wanted to do freezer meals, which we had gone back and forth with making freezer meals. Jeff said, no, don't worry about it, I can just cook. But then we decided, yeah, let's go ahead and do it because he's working and it's just not going to be easy on him. Why can't I open the drawer? Okay, it opened just fine. All right, let me grab the foil. Alright, I got a heavy duty stuff. I probably got way too big of a piece. Let's move these over. I'm just going to show you one of them. Yeah, I got way too big of a piece. That's alright. I'm going to show you one of them. Let me do this. Trying to get that really tight around that edge, but I'm going to just put one more layer of foil on it, or I might just go ahead and just wrap it with saran wrap since I'm using heavy duty, because normally I don't use heavy duty, but I've decided this is going to be in there a little bit longer. Maybe not really though. Anyway, it's also this kind of pan. I'm not used to this kind of pan. I don't know what I'm even saying here. I don't use these pans a lot, is my point. But whenever I wrap this other on, I mean, that looks like you bought it from a store. My poor box is so sad. Alright, so I'm going to put some regular foil on it. I really want it sealed properly because it's going to be in the freezer and I don't want it freezer burnt. And I know it's not going to be in there forever, but we still just don't want issues. Another one of my poor boxes. And I want it wrapped around that bottom too. Alright, so now I'm going to put some saran wrap and a sticker and freeze it after it's cooled a little bit. Alright, so I have my saran wrap under it. Or, well, it's the stuff from Sam's. The big roll of kitchen film. I hope I got a big enough piece. I might not have. Wrap that around there. Wrap it around there. Alright, so now I'm going to put my sticker on. Okay, so I've got these little stickers. They're just freezer labels. And I'll see if I can find some to link. They're not going to be like this kind, I'm sure. Oh, sorry. And I'm going to go ahead and write on here with a permanent marker, Chicken Bacon Ranch. I'm not worried about all this extra stuff on here, the expiration date and all that stuff, because it's going to be gone before it would be, you know, time. But I will put the date of when I made it. Can you not do that thingamajig? I think today's the 9th. Is today the 9th? No? Can you work? Why is it not working? Yes, today's the 9th. 1/9/24. And I'm going to do the same thing, 1/9/24 on all of these. And write down what they are. And I'm going to, that is not how you spell bacon. Whatever, it's fine. I'm going to do this with all of them, freeze them, and I'm going to wrap them the same way. And that way, all Jeff has to do is take the plastic off, take the one layer of foil off, put it on a pan, put it in the oven. The reason why I say put it on a pan is because these pans seem flimsy to me. So, that's my reason for that. So, that is that. And I'll be back after I'm done. Okay, so here's the pans of Chicken Bacon Ranch and the 3 bags of noodles. A couple of these have a little bit more than the other one. That's okay. I'm going to let it all cool down some. This is not quite where it needs to be, but it's pretty cool. Let it cool down some, and then I'm going to call it a day. I am really glad that I decided not to do any more today because my back's saying, no ma'am. So anyway, that's what that looks like. All wrapped up and ready to go in the freezer. I'm going to show you the freezer. I did forget that he put those waffles back up there. I'm going to find somewhere else to put those. They're freezer waffles that I made. This shelf is crazyville because he just shoves stuff everywhere. As you can see, we are down a lot with our food. We don't have anywhere near as much as we used to. We used to have these all packed. All of this was packed too. It's still pretty packed. But yeah, a lot of it's gone because we've been eating the stuff because we're trying to make room. But that's where I'm going to put freezer meals. Okay, y'all are way up there. Let me move you down a little bit. You'll be looking down at me a little bit. My face is so red because it's so hot, and I did choose to wear the wrong pajamas. I should have wore short sleeve ones that weren't so cozy. I'm going to let this cool off. I'm going to go shower. Because my day's done. It's only 3:30, but my day's done. We're having the ham with those rolls or else buns, and we're calling it a day. We can have a bag of chips, or, you know, like the little bags. We got some of those. We can just have nothing with it, whatever. I don't know. But I ain't doing no more cooking today. This is not hard to do. It is time consuming. And a lot of times when I do a freezer meal, it's when I'm cooking something already. I don't do it like this unless I'm doing like breakfast stuff. So this is going to set us up really well for when I have my surgery, because I'm going to end up with chicken bacon ranch, chili, possibly manwich. I don't know how many cans we have left in the pantry, but if we do have enough, I'm going to do that, and lazy lasagna. So we're going to have plenty of food for the days when Jeff has to come home and he can't cook, and this will take, like, throw it in the oven. Even if it's frozen, it'll be in like an hour. If it's not frozen, if it's already thawed out, it'll be like 30 minutes. Just throw it in there, let it heat all the way through, make sure that chicken is hot like it's supposed to be, to the right temperature, because you don't want to be sick. Anyway, and then, like did I say chili? We'll have chili, we'll have chicken bacon ranch, lazy lasagna, and manwich probably. And then other things that he'll just cook. He'll like grill and stuff like that. Most likely these things will be used in March, because February he'll be on second shift. No, first shift. So he'll be home in the afternoons by like 3:30. So he can cook supper. Like he loves to grill, so he'll probably grill a lot. I'm not going to complain about that. In the first few days, I probably won't be eating much at all. I know whenever I had this surgery, and whenever they went back in and took the hardware out, I didn't eat much for the first week. I don't know if it's because that like my throat was sore from them moving my esophagus and everything, or what it was from, but every time I've ever had surgery, I just didn't eat much after. So this might just be for them or it might just be for March. Anyway, I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I do appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that it gives you some inspiration to make some freezer meals for just whatever reason. It doesn't have to be for something like a surgery. It can be just because you might want to have an easy night on the weekends or something like that. This is also something great to do if you want to take something to someone, like if you're a sick family or whatever. This is a great way to do it, to have it ready in your freezer and just take it to them. So tomorrow will be the garlic bread and the bagels, and I might do something else. I don't know yet. We'll see. But I want to do those two things. But like I said, I have those two pans dirty. I could wash them, but I'm done for today. My back says no, no more. So it's time to relax. Thank you again for hanging out with me today. I do appreciate it. If you do like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you like my channel, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload. It does not cost anything to subscribe. I know some people think that it does, but it does not. You don't have to have a membership. I don't have a membership for my channel. And also, like, it's different from YouTube TV. I know that YouTube TV is like a subscription, but this is not. My channel and lots more like mine are not subscriptions. You don't have to pay to subscribe to these. If anybody ever tells you that it costs money to subscribe to a regular YouTube channel, as far as I know, it never has. There are channels that have memberships though, and they just do extra stuff. Y'all, I do 10 videos a week. I'm not doing any extra. I can't. I don't have time. So what you get is free from me. And if you like it, I'm glad. But anyway, leave me a comment down below. Let me know how you're doing, because I really do want to know. I probably won't need any more ideas for freezer meals, but if you would like to leave some comments with different things you've tried in the freezer, go ahead and leave them, because not only me reads the comments, other people read the comments and they can benefit. So if you have ideas, leave them down there. People love to get ideas from each other that way, and it's wonderful. The only thing is you can't leave links, but if you send me a link in email, I can link it if you would like to. I can even link it on your comment. So that way, I mean, they just don't let subscribers or viewers link. That's the way YouTube is. Because people have tried before and to send me a link and it just doesn't work. But email me. My email is on my about page, and it's also, which I don't think we have about pages anymore, but anyway, it's also in the description box. Yeah. Again, thank you. And remember, don't take any wooden nickels, and be sweet.